Just when you thought that the left couldn't go any lower, they get a shovel and start digging. I've got a lot to say. So much to say. So much to say. Um, let's see. I'm gonna pull up the chat. I'm gonna try to see your chats as they come in. Let me get the live chat going. Okay. Let me put my phone on silent so it's not vibrating. And let's just pray that let's pray that this is uninterrupted. I have a feeling it will be, but I don't want to manifest it. But I have a feeling it might be interrupted. Okay, I'm just gonna ask a simple question. A simple question. It's really a rhetorical question. What kind of brainwashing does it take for the average person to believe that this latest social media purge is their attempt to crack down on hate speech or crack down on violent speech, and it's for our own good? What kind of brainwashing does that take? And who's buying it? Who's buying that it's not political in nature? Right? Because they threw Louis Farrakhan in there. Yeah. You know, I've heard people before in the past, recent past, suggest that Facebook is really just a government psyop. Or at the very least, it's an NGO. I mean, if you think about it, Facebook collects data and then they sell that data. Who has more of an interest in collecting our data than the federal government? Right? Facebook is the perfect entity for them to use to collect our data. Pictures, addresses, friends, locations, everywhere we've been, the stuff we search outside of Facebook. We know all the scandals associated with Facebook. But if you just look at the way that it's run and regulated, it's the perfect bureaucracy masquerading as a social media platform. And it just makes me wonder, you know, it feels like I'm putting on a tinfoil hat when I say that, but I don't think I'm that far off. I think Facebook might actually be an extension of the political left, right? It's obviously on the left, but it feels to me like it's, thank you for the super chat. I want to give those shout outs right away. I feel like it might be a part of, you know, it's just a government bureaucracy. Anyway, what changed? Why now? Why did they ban people now? What specifically changed? They've been saying the same stuff that they've been saying, right? And of all the people banned, I'm the most familiar with Paul Joseph Watson. And when I found out he was one of the people that was banned, it was kind of stomach turning for me, because what does he say that's violent ever? I know I'm preaching to the choir. He doesn't say anything violent. But what did they see that he is saying that's violent? We all know this is not a crackdown on hate speech. It's a crackdown on the truth, which is hate speech. Anomaly said this in his live stream last night. He said, the truth is hate speech to those who hate the truth. And there's no simpler way to word it. That's what it is. They hate the truth, right? You're an Islamophobe if you tell the truth about Islam. And Joey, that's it. That's all I'm saying about it, because we talked about it. That's it. That's all I'm going to say about the I word. But what changed? You know, Paul Joseph Watson getting banned, getting deplatformed, had, at least from Instagram, I don't know what he was posting on Facebook. It would make more sense, at least to me, it would make more sense if he got suspended or deplatformed from Twitter, because that's where he does most of his talking. But from YouTube and Instagram especially, he only posts pictures of himself. So what he got banned for was his association with Alex Jones and InfoWars. So what I need everybody watching to do right now, go sub to my backup channel. Just do it. Subscribe to my backup channel, because here's the thing. Here's what I'm going to start doing. I'm going to start at least doing live streams on that channel. Number one, help it grow. Keep the longer videos separate from the shorter ones, just to keep things kind of clean. But I want to grow that eventually, maybe get it monetized. But I need that platform to grow, because banning one person is banning everyone. And if they're going to ban Paul Joseph Watson because he's affiliated with InfoWars, then what's going to stop them from banning Will Johnson, who's a correspondent for InfoWars? What's going to stop them from banning me, who was a guest on InfoWars? You see where I'm going with this? You can get deplatformed just for knowing them. That's how crazy this has gotten. It's like, what world is this? What world is this? It's one thing if they want to keep Alex Jones off of the platform, that's fine. Okay? It's not fine, but I get it. Cool. You don't want Alex Jones on there, but you're going to deplatform anybody associated with him, anyone who posts links to his videos. That's where you get into scary territory. That's where it really is a slippery slope. It's like, what's next? You're going to ban someone who wears an InfoWars t-shirt? And not only that, I haven't confirmed this yet, but I've heard that they're working on a way to predetermine that someone will post something about InfoWars or one of the people that was deplatformed, whether it's Laura Loomer, Milo, whatever. They want to be able to predetermine who's going to post something related to them and crack down on it beforehand. There is a movie related to that where they basically predict your crime before you actually commit it. I know it's buffering. I know it's buffering. They will. Yeah, Minority Report. Thank you. Is that what it is? That's what they're planning on doing. Okay. Now, back to this brainwashing. How brainwashed you have to be to believe that it's hate speech that they're cracking down on. You know, they don't even care that we're onto them. They're like, yeah, we still think you're a bunch of idiots. We're going to make you think that it's not political. We're going to throw Louis Farrakhan in there as a sacrificial lamb. So you see it's not political. But they're so lazy when they leak this to the media before they actually notify the people that were getting their pages deleted. They leaked it out, and the headline read alt-right, far-right leaders or whatever. And then they didn't even have the decency to go change the headline once they added Farrakhan in there, because he's obviously not far-right. You know, the way I see this is it feels to me kind of like a death blow. It feels like a death blow to the First Amendment, because if you can ban someone solely for affiliation, then what will stop you? Right? They've got a taste of this blood. Now they can just start their purge. It's going to continue down to right of center. They're going to start just censoring anybody who says the truth. Anybody who dares strays from the mainstream liberal orthodoxy, they're going to be subject to getting deplatformed. Right? It's, oh, you wore an InfoWars shirt? How long before the MAGA hat becomes hate speech? You know it's coming. That's a serious question. How long before MAGA equals hate speech, we're going to deplatform you? It feels like a death blow, because they're doing this now, and it's only going to intensify as we lead to up to 2020. Now, Trump acknowledged it. He tweeted about it, and he's known about this. This isn't like he's just finding out. When will something get done? Something has to be done. They have to do something. At this point, it's already being regulated by the government. It's a shadowy way of them regulating it, because they're pressuring it. Their corporate media is pressuring these tech giants to be the arbiters of free speech. So they're already getting that pressure. Look at how YouTube changed their algorithms, rigged it for authoritative news sources. Where does that come from? That trickles down from Democrat politicians and their buddies in the mainstream media. So it's basically already being regulated by the government. But they got to do something to protect it, because it is the public town square. And Facebook pretty much was a bulletin board. You could post whatever you want to it. And then they changed it. Now it's like we decide what goes on there because we're the shining beacons of morality, apparently. And I was up late last night. I was looking at Twitter and I was seeing who was posting what. First of all, Owen Schroyer from InfoWars, he said that he created a Facebook account for InfoWars and posted the War Room Live, and it lasted for like 7 minutes before Facebook deplatformed it, took it down. But the mass shooting from New Zealand, oh God, this is getting demonetized. Whatever. The mass shooting live stream lasted for more than an hour. So, I mean, for those of us with our brains turned on, we knew all along, this was not about hate speech. This was about cracking down on dissent. Obviously, we see the double standards. We see that they don't apply it evenly. It's all arbitrary, right? You can find literal porn on Twitter, but they lock James Woods out of his account. They censor Laura Loomer. All these other people get their Twitter pages or Facebook pages deleted, but you can watch a mass shooting live on Facebook. They'll take down InfoWars first. But here's what bothers me. Here's another thing that bothers me. You got these mainstream conservatives that aren't saying shit about this, or they're saying very little about it. I was looking on Twitter. I'm like, all right, InfoWars, people that actually have been affected by this, Paul Joseph Watson, they're all tweeting. They're active. They're showing their outrage. Mark Dice, all these people. But the people who see themselves like Ben Shapiro, man, I don't know about that guy right now. I mean, I still like some of the stuff he says. I mean, I've learned a lot from listening to him, but he just acts like he's some top shelf conservative. Well, follow the money. It makes sense why he's like, he just made me sick with his podcast yesterday. The way he talked about the deplatforming, he's like, trust me, there's nobody that despises these people less than I do, more than I do, but their speech shouldn't be deplatformed. He's been real quiet about it on Twitter, online. Where's his outrage? Tomi Lahren, I've never liked her, but I've always seen her as like this, she's all about the glitz and glamour, like she's just a talking head for Fox News. But a lot of these mainstream conservatives aren't saying anything about it. In fact, they're going out of their way to say, I saw them going back and forth with Millie Weaver and what's that other chick from InfoWars, Caitlin Bennett. They're all saying like, hey, when are you guys gonna stand up for freedom of speech? These mainstream conservatives are weak. They're cucks. They're weak. They're soft. They don't care. They're part of the establishment. They're part of the problem because they're not saying anything. Same with the politicians. Both of my senators in Florida have tweeted around the clock about Venezuela and how we need government intervention to get Maduro out of there. Both Florida senators are focused on that. We need military intervention in Venezuela. No, we need military intervention at our southern border. We need to focus on this country. But the mainstream politicians, conservatives, and even Trump aren't doing anything about it. Thank you for the super chat. How is this possible? The people who claim to be conservative, people who claim to care about the First Amendment and the Constitution, are saying little to nothing. I've seen some, it's not all. Dinesh D'Souza's been tweeting about it. Dinesh D'Souza's been outspoken. Some people have been saying stuff, but it's really disappointing to see a lot of these so-called conservatives, the mainstream ones, say nothing. So why can't we have Facebook regulated? I get the whole argument about, well, it's big government and we don't want the federal government. Whatever, man. The federal government regulates restaurants. There's FDA standards for restaurants for hazardous materials. If your business operates with hazardous materials, there's regulations in place for public safety. Why can't something similar be applied to protect at least political speech? At least political speech. That will be a baby step, because otherwise, Facebook just threw our election. That's how I see it. How can Trump sit by and maybe he has some plan, maybe he's going to do something, maybe he's got something up his sleeve. Cool. He's running out of time, because what happens if channels like mine get censored, shadow banned, deplatformed? What happens then? It's going to be people like me. Sorry about this buffering. I don't know what's going on. But it's going to be people like me and my channel, my platform, that are out there getting the truth out there, talking to people, changing minds. It's going to be us that can help save the country and win the election for Trump. But the writing's on the wall. They're going to try to rig the election and throw the election via social media. They didn't take it serious in 2016, which is why Alex Jones was the first domino to fall. But the bigger channels, they're going to be gone. It's a matter of time before Mark Dice. I hope it doesn't happen. It's a matter of time before Mark Dice, anybody that says the truth, whether it's Tim Pool, whether you agree with him or not, he still tells the truth. He still calls it like it is. It's a matter of time before those channels get censored, deplatformed. They got to do something. We need some kind of internet bill of rights. I don't know. Buffering because you're over the target. It's so true. It could be the area I'm in. I looked at the bars. I got 4 bars, and I didn't feel like driving because I'm at work. I didn't feel like trying to find a place where I have 5 bars, because who knows. But guys, please sub to my backup channel. And I'm going to try to incentivize people to subscribe to the backup channel, because I'm going to start releasing a few videos just to get people there. And then some of the videos that I think would be more viral, that would get a lot of engagement, I'm going to put only on that backup channel so that channel can grow. Yeah, they want us to fight each other. They want us at each other's throat. They would rather deplatform far-right figures than have someone talk to them. The best way to change somebody's mind is to talk to them. You can't sweep it under the rug and think they're going to go away. All you're going to do is radicalize them more. When you try to silence people, when you tell them they can't talk on the internet, well, they're just going to find another way, and then they're going to be radicalized. You subscribe to the backup channel. Thank you. Appreciate you. So I just feel like, 2020 hangs in the balance with this latest purge. This is insane. This is insanely scary, because it felt like just 15 minutes ago that we were talking about China's social credit system. Facebook is a pilot for that over here. Think about it. They've already been working with the Chinese government on algorithms and censorship methods for their citizens. So they already know how it works. So why wouldn't they just start doing it here, especially ahead of the election? They're going to do whatever they can so that Trump loses 2020. I hope Trump understands the severity of people who support him getting deplatformed and censored, having their channels deleted, they're hurting them in the wallet. It's not just Facebook. It's financial fascism. It's Discover Card. It's Chase Bank. It's PayPal. It's Patreon. There's like no due process given. They're just taking these people out. They're not even given a reason. It's so vague. It's like, Paul Joseph Watson, we're taking him out because he's dangerous. The end. He's dangerous, so he's deleted. Feature your second channel on your channel. I can't find it. I mean, I put it in the links of the description, or put the links in the description every time. Yeah, Joey, right. Talking that word will get you banned. I'm sure Trump understands he's a Twitter king. If Trump understands, why won't Trump go to Gab or something else? And here's another thing. This is crazy. The left, of course, they're celebrating this. They see it as a win. They see it as a win, even though they're like, it's not political. Conservatives aren't getting banned. They're not targeting conservatives. Okay, so why are you so happy that only conservatives got targeted? Liberals in the left, I see them on Twitter. They're over there talking about Facebook's a private company. It's no different than the baker in Colorado. No, it's not even on the same radar. If you disagree with that baker, you can walk down the street and go to another baker. This situation is basically go build your own social media platform. Become some software engineer and set up your own Facebook. Like, it's that simple. It's not the same thing. It's not even remotely the same thing. We're talking food versus your ability to talk in the modern day public town square. Not even close to the same thing. But of course they wouldn't understand that. It's like, how much further will they go? How much further before Verizon says, Mike, we don't like what you say using our 4G bandwidth. You don't get to use 4G. We're going to knock you down to 3G so you have slower bandwidth when you talk on YouTube Live. What's to say it can't happen? I mean, right now, obviously, Verizon they're deemed, a public utility. So therefore, they're not liable for what we say on telephones and all that. That's where Facebook should be. That's where Google should be. Instead of curating and masquerading as these whole, oh yeah, we care about freedom of speech and all that stuff. They're just political arms. It's just a matter of time, guys. I can't say enough about it. Why am I not seeing your latest chats? Nadler recently called banning conservatives on social platforms as a myth. Well, that's because he lives in an upside down world. And so do people who believe that. I mean, you can have somebody like Kathy Griffin hold up a decapitated head of the president, call it art, put it on the internet, and keep her page. They said the Covington Catholic kids should be kicked into a wood chipper. Keep their accounts. It's like, you can't, it's undeniable. It's like, it's gut-wrenching double standards. Say what you want about Snoop, okay? Here's what Snoop Dogg did. Snoop told his Instagram followers to find as many Farrakhan videos and pictures and memes, whatever, and post them. I don't like Snoop. I used to like him as a hip-hop artist, as a young hip-hop fan. I used to like Snoop. But there's something clever about that. I like that strategy. Imagine if everybody was bold enough and brave enough to post as many Alex Jones clips, videos, pictures of themselves with Alex Jones, Laura Loomer, Milo, whatever. Post all of that stuff online. And say, what are you going to do? Are you going to ban 50 million people? Are you going to ban all of us? Because at some point, it's going to hurt them. It's going to hurt them to have to kick so many people off. That's why, see, the left is good at organizing. They stick together. If someone like Kathy Griffin actually did get what she deserves to get deplatformed, honestly, I don't agree with deplatforming people, but based on the rules of engagement, she deserves to be deplatformed. If she got deplatformed, she would have an army of minions backing her up. The left sticks together like glue, but the right doesn't do that. But imagine if someone on the left, a prominent figure, got deplatformed for what they see as unfair. Imagine what power they would have behind that. Snoop is an example. Maybe that could do something. But hey, what do I know? What do I know? Anyways, I'm signing out. I got to get back to work, guys. But as always, I appreciate you guys. Give this video a like. Give it a share. If you're new, please subscribe. And don't forget to sub to the backup channel. What else, man? That's pretty much it, guys. We live in the upside down world. Everything that seems like it's true is actually fiction, and everything that's fiction is our actual reality. We live in a prism, a simulation. Thanks, Lizardine. Honored to be here in Canada with y'all listening. I didn't know you were in Canada. Let me read these super chats before I get out of here. Diane Chestborough said, subscribe to your other channel, fine sir. This is maddening and scary all at the same time. Thank you and bless you. It is so scary. I can't even I can't overstate the severity of Paul Joseph Watson losing his Instagram page for not even violating Instagram's terms of service. He got banned for who he knows outside of the platform. His Instagram, I followed him, I followed Milo, and I think maybe Alex Jones. I don't know who else I followed, but I know I followed Milo and Paul Joseph Watson, and neither of them did anything to violate Instagram's terms of service, but they got deplatformed anyway. So what would stop them from deplatforming me if I met up with, let's say I met up with somebody from InfoWars and took a picture, like, hey, let's take a picture and I'm gonna post it on Instagram. What will stop them from deleting my Instagram page for who I know? They're going a step further. They're not just saying you can't post their stuff, you can't know them. They want to control your personal relationships. You don't get to like these people. You don't get to like them online. You have to hide it. You got to keep it in the closet. You can't put it on our platforms. And for these coward mainstream conservatives, they're next. Ben Shapiro should know this better than anybody. They've been calling for his channel, his Daily Wire, to get taken down for months. So what makes him think he's not next? Trump must help. But will he help? Will he help? Delete your Facebook account already. No, that's like, I mean, Facebook, no, I don't want to delete my Facebook. I want Facebook to change. Deleting my Facebook doesn't hurt them. It hurts me because I'm reaching less people. There are people on Facebook who follow me. So if I delete my Facebook, that does nothing. All that does is say, good, and one less conservative, one less dissenting voice on Facebook. So I feel like more people need Facebook. That's the only way, is we got to stand up to them. They've been selling data since the very beginning. Like I said, it might be a government psyop. It might be a government program. Just like the internet was. The birth of the internet was a government program at first. It wasn't like an FBI program, and then they released it to the public. Anyways, guys, it's 12:30 Eastern. Appreciate you guys for logging on, checking me out this Saturday. Hope you guys enjoy the rest of your weekend. God bless this country. God bless all the conservatives, all the free thinkers, all of the independent-minded individuals. Yeah, it keeps kicking me off.